Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it is 2:12 p.m. Welcome to Yale. We're going to head up north from Yale through Hell's Canyon. It's going to be a beautiful little drive here. Looks like we got some construction. See if we have to stop. I call this the real highway through hell because the place is literally called Hell's Gate. Looks like there's some new paving going on here, new road work.
The way some of the drop-offs are and the tunnel, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there's some beautiful roads coming up ahead. It's called Hell's Gate because back in the steamer days, there's a narrow section of the Fraser River that was very hard to navigate. Don't get my camera outside wet. They're washing the road.
Should have stopped here to set up your camera.
Yeah. I want to drive through Yale though. It's a small little town. The steamer days, the river was so hard to navigate. They called it Hell's Gate. They actually had like mules pull the steamer up along the side. So both sides of the river, there would mules be pulling the steamer up the river. It's a pretty cool place. You can still visit it. It's Hell's Gate. You can take a tram down to the bottom, and there's a lot of history there. It's a good tourist trap too, but it's definitely worth it if you're coming this way. Yale Tunnel. Got a whole bunch more tunnels coming up ahead as well as we get a little further down the highway toward Hell's Gate.
1963.
1963?
That's when they did this tunnel.
Yeah, it's a really good tunnel for how old it is.
The boat in the river?
Beautiful, beautiful. Boat in the river?
Yeah. It looks like maybe a fishing boat. I don't know. It looks kind of weird.
And this is the reason, especially with the scenery coming up a little further on, closer to the end of the video, this is the reason you should take Highway 1 instead of the Coquihalla if you're driving through the mountains and it's your first time driving through the mountains and it might be your only time. Pick Highway 1 and Highway 3 before you're going to take the Coquihalla. If you must take the Coquihalla, drive up to the summit, turn around, come back down, and then take Highway 1 because the scenery, check out yesterday's video. Yesterday's video, beautiful scenery. Today, mind-blowing, awesome highways, beautiful scenery, narrow, tight roads, a lot of fun.
It's a train.
If you're a train spotter, lots of CN and CP trains. 2 train tracks here. One's right beside us, down beside the river, another train on the other side.
It's like the river's right here and awesome cliffs. There's waterfalls too if you know where to look.
It's a beautiful, beautiful drive.
It took me a while to understand that it was construction ahead instead of con ahead.
Con ahead, construction ahead. Yeah, there's a train going on the other side right now. It looks like potash maybe?
Yeah. You definitely will see more trucks on this route if they don't want to risk chain up.
Yeah, I guess so. In bad weather, you'll see big rigs taking they call this the canyon. So you can take the Coke, you can take the canyon or Manning Park. And the Coke, out of those 3 options, I would always choose last, as if you're trying to take the most scenic, beautiful route, take Trans-Canada Highway 1, just stay on that. From Hope, it's a little bit of a detour, a little longer of a drive to go all the way to Cache Creek and then to Kamloops instead of taking Highway 5. But the scenery is so worth it. It's called the canyon because of how narrow the road is. Maybe they're working on the tunnel.
Yeah, replacing the lighting, it says.
Off we go. This Jeep definitely needs exhaust to be repaired. This is Saddle Rock Tunnel, 1958. Even older.
Mm-hmm. Let's see where they're gonna put.
Yeah, putting new lighting in, yeah.
Yeah.
The old lighting is pretty dark.
This is supposed to be done this fall, so I'm gonna guess they're doing multiple tunnels. Question.
Answer.
Does the train go through any tunnels?
Yes, lots of tunnels. More than we do.
Okay.
Yep. And quite a few snow sheds down here too. So more tunnels and more snow sheds. Not necessarily snow sheds, but avalanche sheds. Because they're there for the rock slides more than the snow. But yes. Yeah, the train ride would go through a lot of tunnels. It'd be pretty awesome. That'd be cool if I could get a camera set up on top of the train. Just shoot video going along.
I know there's some YouTube videos, but I wonder why there isn't more. Or we haven't found it yet.
What if you could convince one of the conductors to let you shoot video on a train?
There's a lot of new ties there waiting to be put in.
Sawmill Creek. Yeah, they're all the way along.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be replacing all the ties.
There's sections where there aren't any, but there's sections where there's a lot of them with green flags in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
These are spray painted, these ones.
Got a lot of new railroad ties. I can't remember which side is CN and which side is CP. But nowadays they will share rails. For the most part, one is northbound and one is southbound, or I guess technically eastbound and westbound. But back in the day, the reason why the two rails got built is because one refused to share with the other. We'll see if this Jeep can magically drive full speed limit in the passing lane or not.
I was just thinking the smell of that is going to give me a headache.
Yeah, the exhaust system on that Jeep is not great. Now we're speeding up already. We're coming up to the passing lane, and now we're doing speed limit. Yeah. Obnoxious.
So what is this one?
It's a caution ice in tunnel. I doubt it. Sailor Bar Tunnel. Definitely a dark one.
I'm feeling all these will be redone.
Yeah, we're doing full speed limit now. Barely, but we are doing full speed limit now. Going uphill, they're slowing down a bit, so I'm going to go. Don't need to have a carbon dioxide headache.
Nope.
Or the smell of burnt oil headache, but it seems like it's more than just an exhaust system on that Jeep. It's burning quite a bit of oil. Hallelujah.
Are we getting close to the old bridge that you can walk to, or is that a little ways away still?
That is coming up, yes. Do you want to walk to it?
No.
Don't think we're prepped for that.
Exactly. If I want to point it out with a video for people.
I don't know if we can see it from here. We will be able to see it, but I don't think the video will be able to see it.
But where to park?
Yes, we can point out where to park to walk down to the old bridge. I'll point it out. Alexandra Bridge, yep. And there's the old Alexandra Bridge, and then there's actually another old before that Alexandra Bridge, which I don't actually know where that would be.
And to walk to this one is kind of cool because you have to cross the train track.
Yeah, you gotta walk down. It's an easy walk.
It is.
We just aren't ready for the amount of time that would take today. Spuzum. Unincorporated.
I think it's just fun to say.
It's a fun name to say, Spuzum.
I know it's NATO, but I wonder what it means.
I don't know.
I don't know if you have cell service. Maybe.
Highway 1 has a lot of cell service, I think so.
We don't travel enough for me to know.
There's our first sign for Hell's Gate tram. It's 10 kilometers away.
It means little flatlands.
Little flatland. Yeah. So there's a little bit of flatland here between in the canyon.
And lands is in like brackets, so probably implies that little flat.
Means land, yeah. Yeah, little flats.
Yeah.
And I've had people ask what these barriers are for, what these gates are for. It is when there is a big snowstorm or if you have to do avalanche control, they close those gates down to clear the highway. Here's Alexandra Bridge over the Fraser River. The old Alexandra Bridge, if you look out of the left-hand side window if you're driving by, you'll see a bridge down there. On the video you won't be able to see it, but down there you see an old suspension bridge. And you can walk over that suspension bridge.
It's really noted it is open gated when you walk across it. It's so if you're afraid of heights, if you're walking across a bridge,
it used to be a rest area right here you would park in. They blocked it all off so you can no longer park there, but you can still park on this side over here and then walk down there. For some reason they closed that rest area. Just walk right down that road, get all the way down to the bottom, cross the railroad bridge, keep walking, and then you can cross the old bridge. It's in very poor condition, but it's still a beautiful bridge to walk across. And if you want to do some train videos on both sides of the bridge, you can get some train videos in, or just train photos. It's kind of fun walking down there.
I enjoy
This is the Alexandria Lodge. Defunct nowadays, but
I mean, that's another thing I like about this highway. It's kind of lost in time.
yeah, you have a lot of history here.
Yeah.
This was a main travel route before these roads were built. Before the roads were ever built, there were train tracks. And before the train tracks, there were the steamboats. Before the steamers, the native peoples used these rivers to navigate up and down as well. So this has been a main navigation route for many, many, many generations. Tunnel, remove sunglasses. This is, excuse me, Alexandria Tunnel. I know, it's not the same as an air horn.
And if you go southbound, of course, you can look over the edge a little bit more.
Yeah, southbound, you could argue southbound is more beautiful because you're driving on the edge and you can see more of the river down on the bottom. Both directions are absolutely beautiful. In the big rig, to be fair, is a better view because you're sitting up higher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, temperature says plus 14 now.
I don't know if I believe that.
I believe that. Once we're traveling, air is flowing across.
My phone says 14.
Yep.
I said 19 earlier. I did not
Yeah,
believe that.
but we stopped for fuel.
Yeah.
And then under the thermostat is under the, not thermostat, thermometer is under the engine compartment, and then you have the sun beating on the hood. So you got to drive for 10 minutes to get air moving before you can say that that's an accurate temperature. Just absolutely spectacular scenery. Love this highway so much.
It's waterfall there.
And notice how green everything still is here as we've left Hope and heading north of Yale here. Everything is quite green. That landscape's going to change. Tomorrow's video, check out how not green tomorrow's video is.
So you went from snow to green
To desert.
to desert-ish.
Very close to legally being desert because of the lack of rainfall,
Either
snowfall.
Ashcraft or Cache Creek is a desert.
Is legally classified as a desert, yeah. Here we
Whereas
go.
Soy's
This is Hell's Gate Tunnel, 1960. This is Ferriby Tunnel.
1964, so that's 4 years after the other one. Oh, this is a fun road.
So much fun. I can see Hell's Gate, all the buildings down on the bottom of the valley down there. Also, if you live in the Lower Mainland somewhere, the Hell's Gate tram, hold on to your tickets. That ticket is good for a full year. So you only have to pay for that tram down once a year. So if you want to visit more than once, hold on to your ticket and you can go down the tram ride for free after you've gone the first time.
So you could go and park over here.
Yep, you park up on the right-hand side, so exit up on the right-hand side, park up there. If you're going southbound, you want to park over there on the other side over here. Or, yeah, we're headed north. You want to exit on the right-hand side, so it's easy to miss that exit. And that's where the tram ride goes down to the bottom of Hell's Gate down there. You got the salmon ladder, fish ladders and stuff. Pretty cool to do a visit down on the bottom. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive. It's a tourist trap, but I would do it once a year.
Oh yeah, it's definitely fun.
So prepare to stop, but I haven't had any reduced speed limit signs. We're going to reduce our speed limit here anyway, but it looks like they've finished paving and they're clearing everything up. Everything is on the trailers.
Beautiful waterfall thing in there.
Mm.
A little more man-made, that one, but it's still pretty. I haven't been counting how many tunnels we've done. 5 maybe?
5 or 6, I don't know. Don't know. This, I believe, is Boston Bar. Oh, this is China Bar Tunnel. China Bar Tunnel.
It's a little bit of a longer one.
A lot of Chinese labor built a lot of these tunnels. The train, especially the train tracks and stuff like that. That was all Chinese labor, either slave labor or really, really cheap labor, darn near to slave labor. So a lot of Chinese men died building these roads and these railroads.
That even goes back to the Okanagan.
Yep.
The tunnel on the railway over there.
Now, speed limit here is 90 kilometers an hour, so you make good time on this highway too. Way in the background are still huge mountains that are snow covered.
I don't know what one of them is called.
Looks like they're working on power line on the other side, or is that? Yeah, power line.
Did I just catch you yawning?
No,
Okay.
I think so. Maybe I was popping the ear without thinking about it.
That could be.
No, I got really good sleep last night.
Something woke me up at like 5:30. I don't know. Something
Anderson River. Here's a town of Boston Bar in 2 kilometers.
Now you're yawning.
We talked about yawning, and now subconscious. Are the rest of you yawning too? See, here's another one of those road closure gates.
Like, you'll see those even in the prairies.
Yeah, in Manitoba you'll see those, and
There's a blizzard.
during a snowstorm you just
Yeah.
close it. I know that Coquihalla, they did that at least once this winter, where those gates came down and they just closed it and said, nope, we're not even sending plows up. It's not safe for plows to go up. Which means we're just going to close the road down. Well, last week when I was broken down for those 2 days in Burnaby, huge bowling alley right beside me.
Oh, you're like, if
Yeah.
only I had somebody.
It's like, it's tempting to go bowling.
I have a feeling we would have probably done a lot of money there, though, because I like bowling. I'm really bad at bowling, but it's fun.
We should do that,
Kind of like golfing. I can't do golf or even mini golf, seriously, but I like doing it.
just for fun. Yeah.
Like when we did mini golf this past summer, friends, I'm like, I don't want to keep score. Like, you go ahead, I don't care. I don't want to keep track of how many times I tried to.
That's because you just suck.
Thanks. You're not getting any brownie points, so. But for me, it's just about going out and having fun.
Yes, it is definitely fun.
I don't care if I have strikes or holes in ones, I just want to go out and have fun. There's another gate.
Another gate. Yep.
They do try to time these out around cities. Like, you could turn around and go back.
That way you're stuck in a city, yeah. Yeah. And that's the reason for the gate. Now you don't have to drive half an hour down the road just to find out the road's closed and drive half an hour back to the last town where it's safe to stop. So, unfortunately, when the gates do close, these towns get inundated with traffic and there's not enough place to sleep. And fuel stations often run out of fuel because so many cars come and stop and fuel up. So they're going to be idling overnight to stay warm. In the winter, if your gauge hits half a tank, it's time to fuel up. Simple. Just in case you got an emergency and you got to idle all night long. That's a nice view.
There's a train over there.
There is a train up on the other side. Why is there never a train on our side?
Well, to be fair, you wouldn't be able to see it as much.
Yeah, there probably has been. Yeah. Yeah, we've probably missed a bunch of trains. It looks like Potash again on the other side.
This has that famous photo you see over there.
Where the two trains cross
Yeah, over the river.
the Fraser River above each other in an X. Yep. Yeah, that is along here. I think it's closer to Cache Creek. I can't remember. Maybe it is over here by Lit. But yeah, somewhere over here the train tracks cross over top of each other to cross to the other side of the river.
One of those very famous photos that you usually see.
Yeah, there's YouTube videos of it too.
Yeah.
I bet somebody sits out there for hours and hours to get two trains to cross at the same time. I think we're done with tunnels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I can't quite remember.
Oh, we've never come up this way yet since the flooding year and a half ago. Or have we?
No, I haven't.
Because one of those train underpasses is gone.
Alright, yeah.
That'll be tomorrow's video, but yeah. So we're climbing up to, once again, don't give me trouble for the name of this mountain, but we're climbing up to Jackass Mountain or Jackass Summit.
It's like, I can promise you, if we did that name, what we'd call it. So I would freely admit the immature part of me still laughs over the name.
In the winter, this is the mountain that us truckers are always worried about. How slippery is this little part of the route? Nope. It's a deep little canyon there. Yeah, I do get in trouble from that from some YouTube viewers that a good Christian like me shouldn't use names like this. It's just the names of places. So like, get over yourself. Don't be a prude.
Because, you know, some words can be meant as a swear word. Some words have other meanings.
Yes.
Like, I can very much tell you about Jack the Donkey.
We have a little airport up here on the right hand side coming up here, I think. We don't drive here very often, so it's hard to remember.
I was excited though, and we're like, let's take this for a video, for a trip. And I was like, yes. I like this highway.
It's a fun little highway to run.
That we don't get to do often, so I'm like, absolutely. And we did talk about it in yesterday's video. We like to take road trips for no reason.
Yeah, here's the airport. Just a grass strip. It's actually quite windy. We're driving into the wind. Yeah, both windsocks on both ends of the field are almost straight out. The whole sock has got air in it anyway.
You kind of feel it in the vehicle though.
No, that's not the wind that's doing me
No,
the
it's like
shifting. It's the ruts. It's the semis have made these ruts, and my wheelbase does not fit inside of those ruts, so I'm getting pulled left and right. I'm not veering all over the highway because I'm distracted. I'm veering all over the highway because the ruts of the big rigs make it very hard to actually drive straight down the road, because all of a sudden the right side wheels are grabbing and pulling me to the left, and all of a sudden the left wheels grab and pull me over to the right. Constantly fighting the ruts here. Not bad, but they're there. You can always tell when it's the highways hasn't been paved for a while and you get the ruts.
When you say ruts, I think of the candy runs.
Highway 1 repairs. Stop traffic. Stay alert. The candy?
Runs?
Runs. Runs. Are those like nerds?
No. They were shaped like bananas and oranges. And
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember those.
they were a little bit bigger, but they were shaped in different fruits and had that flavor. But in the same sense of nerds, they would have that just sugar.
Sugar. remember not liking the banana one as well.
Funny that. And I have some jelly beans right now. And there's one flavor. I don't know what it is. I don't like it.
Black licorice.
No, that one I like this time. It's the pink one, whatever the pink one is.
Watermelon?
I can't tell what it is. Watermelon, strawberry, something. I don't know.
Next 3 kilometers. How close are we to the summit of Jackass?
Let me look it up.
So we're gonna make it to there on this video or not?
That is an easy thing to see. There we go. We're very close to it.
Very close to it. Okay. At the summit, we'll probably call it a day. And tomorrow we'll go through Spence's Bridge.
Washington has one called Little Jackass Mountain.
Oh, when you search for it, it came up.
Yeah.
Prepare to stop, expect delays, reduce speed.
Was this affected by flooding? I can't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Or is this a fire?
Could be fire in the mudslide area. I don't know. I don't remember. Not sure why there's work being done here.
I could look it up, but we'll see briefly.
Looks like we got a red light, so one of those automated systems. It's red right now.
It's nice to not put a washroom sign.
So they put up porta potty just in case you're stopped for a long time. Pilot car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Was that a 15-minute wait?
Yep.
To follow pilot car. Although this RV is driving a lot slower than the pilot car, and the pilot car is just driving away.
Having some fun. Texting our group while we're waiting.
One heavy truck allowed on the bridge at one time. Maybe there was some flooding issues this way. The bridge is compromised to the point where you only want one big rig on the bridge at one time.
Well, yeah, the guy behind us stays behind us. Make sure you're across for him.
Well, I would consider RV heavy enough to be. too heavy to have an RV and a big rig together at the same time. And in that case,
Curious how long the bridge is and stuff.
pretty sure the guy behind us is empty.
I can't quite tell.
So if you're reducing the weight like that, it's definitely some compromises going on here.
Then make sure you know. Signs everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, look, the lane is just destroyed on that side. And this is a temporary road on this side that's built on top of the old road. It's a temporary bridge. This is a temporary bridge. I wonder if the old bridge got washed away. I don't remember this being one of the, but so much happened.
It must have been a
Yeah, the bridge is gone.
landslide.
Yeah.
But there's that beautiful waterfall right
Yeah.
there.
The river must have just washed away the old bridge.
It's crazy.
Like a temporary bridge, just like the one we saw in Coquihalla yesterday. So Highway 8 is still closed. It's open to local traffic, but you can't go through from Spence Bridge to Merritt. Is still a no-go.
Unless you can prove that you belong on that road.
But even then, you can't go through. The road doesn't go all the way through, right?
I thought it did, but I'm not quite sure.
But yeah, local traffic only.
Well, hence you have to prove you belong there.
Jackass Mountain Summit, 361 meters. Some good viewpoints here, but obviously we're not going to have a chance to stop. Signs everywhere that say no stopping, but you got a garbage can there to stop and put your garbage out, but the signs say no stopping.
That's a classical if I'm, just doing the 3-second thing is okay.
And that's one of those, we put up signs, that way we're not held liable, but we'll also put out garbage cans because we know everybody stops. We don't want garbage everywhere. So yeah, tomorrow's video we'll drive through Spence Bridge and head up towards Ashcroft. But I think we'll call it a day here.
Is this basically what we're going to see for a bit? Is this RV?
Yeah, we're going to see RV. We're going to see the back end of an RV for a bit. The road's actually got a little straighter here for a little bit. But they continue. I'm only showing you some sections of the cool stuff. There's a lot that's not going to be on video, so if you guys have a chance, take Highway 1. The scenery is amazing. I'm honestly half tempted to drive up to Lillooet and spend the night. That road is a lot of fun too.
I don't know if I've been on that road.
You have been on that road with the big rig, one lane,
No.
narrow.
No.
You have not been that road.
No. Because I know what road you're talking about. I've not been on it. You did that without me.
Fun little road. Anyway, we are out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow on yet another fun drive like this, and then we'll see what the rest of the week looks like. We don't know yet.
Nope.
So we're out of here. Thank you for all your support. You guys rock.